Welcome back to Ghoster Coasters, everybody. We've been to a few parks recently, and Kennywood was a lot of fun for us, but there's one ride we didn't get, and we're hopeful for a ride next year on it. A huge shout out goes out to all of our channel members and producers. You guys are the best coaster community out there, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. I mean, really, what are you waiting for? There's been some work going on with steel curtains, so let's get into all this steel curtain madness at Kennywood.
And hey, the ride was not unsafe. Kennywood does a fantastic job running rides and maintaining them. So this is all about steel curtain and the ride itself, and how some coasters have small issues that lead to downtime, whether it's a math issue, wear and tear earlier than expected, or a need for adding to it. The rides are safe and parks are doing everything they can to keep up with these unique attractions.
On October 4th, the park put out the following statement. Throughout the season, our team has been hard at work toward the reopening of Steel Curtain in 2025. When you visit the park this weekend, you will notice we have begun the next phase of work on this project, which includes adding additional columns to the structure. These enhancements and others will increase the coaster's reliability and longevity, maintaining it for many generations of riders to come. We are excited to continue progress on the coaster over the next several months, and we can't wait to welcome riders back to Steel Curtain in 2025.
How did we get there though? S&S. Drop Towers and Screamin' Swings, a good, reliable company that started to look at building coasters like Max Force and, of course, Steel Curtain for the 2019 seasons. But they had never built anything like Steel Curtain. The ride opened in 2019 and went down after a month of operations, closing for indefinite maintenance. But the ride did open a few days later, so no worries, right?
Well, the ride went up and down over the months, and when it was up, it was usually on one train ops, which seems odd knowing how busy the park can really get. At the end of 2019, they added new seat belts that locked during the entire duration of the ride. Then the COVID season, and Steel Curtain did not open at all for 2020, which started to add some doubts about the ride for many enthusiasts.
It opened in 2021 and ran for the summertime, but closed sometime around September for more maintenance. Finicky ride it seemed, and S&S was having issues with reliability and longevity. 2022 was a good year for the ride, but still had a month-long closure, and the reason wasn't revealed, but assuming more maintenance and checks.
Then 2023 hit, and all of the issues seemed to compound, and the ride just kept closing down for days or weeks at a time. Eventually, you saw workers near the support columns, and tons of things started coming out about the ride support columns and how the whole support structure wasn't good and how S&S may not have delivered on their end. The final month of operation at Kennywood saw no opening of Steel Curtain. And then we get to 2024.
On Wednesday, April 17th, Kennywood put out the following statement. To increase ride reliability and longevity, the Steel Curtain will undergo an extensive modification project this year. The park has worked with third-party engineers and the ride's manufacturer to determine a long-term solution that will allow the ride to run without interruption. The coaster will be closed for the entirety of the season as we work on this project.
And that was how the season began. No Steel Curtain for the entire season. But the wording of longevity does make it seem like the structural or support issues may very well have been true, and then of course them adding support, so it's kind of confirmed there. And with the news today showing a new footer being poured, we'd have to assume the third party and ride manufacturer S&S working with Kennywood found a solution, which is indeed adding more support so far, and maybe some more changes as well as they hinted to. We'd expect to see new footers and supports added, but we'll let Kennywood give all of the official updates on that. We're excited to see work going on in the first place.
The ride faced issues over the years and in the end, suffered from a lot of downtime or one-train ops. Now, we get to see what solutions come from it and enjoy a reliable and long-term addition to Kennywood's fantastic and classic coaster lineup. One of the best parks out there, and certainly a park we can't wait to visit again, especially for those rides on Steel Curtain. I mean, seriously, the ride just pops out of the skyline. It's so cool. It's a wonderful park, and we can't wait for that credit.
So we saw the new footer being poured, and the team at Kennywood are showing early behind-the-scenes shots of the work, so it's definitely an exciting time for anyone that's a fan of the park or like us waiting to get that credit. What are your expectations for 2025 season with Steel Curtain? Are you excited to give it a try if you haven't? And for those who have ridden, what are your guys' thoughts on the ride experience overall?
We're excited to get back to Kennywood soon, and we're excited to see the progress with Steel Curtain. If you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button and join the ghostly fun over here. And a huge shout out goes out to all of our channel members and producers. Hit that like button, and hey, go get some scares at Phantom Fall Fest over the next few weekends, everybody. As always, thank you for being a part of our ghostly community, and for coaster ghosting with Ghoster Coasters.
Have a Kennywood day.